hear me, we're on my favorite lake. That's Newton Lake. You can see the powerhouse up there. We're going to do some offshore fishing. It should be good. We got good wind. I think it's going to get up to maybe 15 a little later, but right now it's pretty much perfect. It's in that like 5 to 10 range. Offshore brush piles, offshore hard spots, points, and some flats are what we're going to fish today. I'm going to check a few spots that I've caught them good here before, and then I would like to run up north and fish some spots I haven't fished in a while and some areas I have never fished. So we'll see what happens. Alright, let's look at the map here. Let me pull this up. Zoom out. Alright, so you're going down the bank here, you're looking at your map, and that spot looks really obvious. It's a point that sticks out into the lake. It's real shallow on top, very obvious, right? So let's go back, and I'm going to zoom in on side image just a little bit because it's a little bit shallower, and if I'm in less than like 10 foot, I like to stay in that 60 foot range. A lot of people even go shallow in that, like 50 foot range when you're in shallow water. But keep your boat in a straight line going 2 to 4 miles an hour. When you start get to the the good stuff you want to scan, because when you turn, that's when things start to get blurry. And I like to be in that 2 to 3 mile per hour range. It just seems to look a little better. So we're gonna slow down just a touch, and I'm gonna get lined up on the map. All right, we're already starting to see bait, and we're gonna see some brush too up here. Yep, see there's a brush pile. There's some more brush. That might be a fish. There's some more brush. There's some bait that you can see on 2D. It's probably some bluegill. Those kind of look like fish sitting on bottom. Might be some fish there. There's some more brush. I'm going to turn. There's some fish there. I'm going to see if I can catch these brush piles right here. That could be a fish there. Okay, so there's those brush piles. There's a few fish out here. I'm gonna go back up there and I'm gonna make one cast on some of those other fish and brush that I saw, the first ones we saw, because it looked like there might be some fish up on top of that. And if they're sitting flat on the bottom, it's really hard to see them. They'll just blend in with the bottom, and you really won't be able to see them very well. Let's see if we can get one to eat a plug. 6 cents C10. It's kind of like a 5XD, but a little bit shallower. That's that 8 to 12 foot range. More like, got one. Oh, it's a good one too. It's swimming right at me. Come here. Oh my God. Oh, you won't believe that. My reel My reel was loose. Yeah. Oh my god, I was like trying to keep my reel on the rod the entire time. Oh, that's hilarious. It must have been oh god, look at that long post spawn, dude. My reel must have been loose on the rod itself. That's funny. While I'm retying this, it looks like my reel seat needs some more epoxy. The part that screws in looks like kind of stripped out, so I'm gonna have to epoxy it. I love this 13 fishing rod. I've had it for like 5 or 6 years. I've caught a lot of good fish on it. I think I bought it used, and it was like a year or so ago. The reel seat kind of started, it would loosen up on itself, but it wasn't a big deal. You know, I never had it fall off like that, you know, fighting a fish. And so I stopped using it, and then I've just missed using it. It's a 7.3 medium moderate. It's a really good rod. It's an awesome cranking rod, but I just put it back in the rotation. That's perfect for these like DT10. There's another one. He's very angry, little guy. I'm gonna have to retie again. That guy just got it all wrapped up. I'm gonna back up it a little bit more too, because I'm seeing a bunch of fish now. Okay, so we're pulling up to this spot. Wow, look at all those fish out there. Might be stripers. Here's some fish right here in the ditch. There's some good ones in there too. So we'll keep note of that. Okay, now we're getting up onto the flat. As you can see, there's a bunch of different brush piles out here. There's some fish right here. A little bit of rough spot there. A little brush. There's some brush right here. There's some more brush. Okay. I'm gonna go through this spot right here, and they're loaded on it. A lot of bait, brush piles, fish. Wait until you see this. Loaded up. Those are all bass. That's what you want to see. Whoo! Son. That's what you want to see. I'm gonna drop another waypoint on that, 'cause that's what we're about to fish. Oh God, he smoked that, and it's a good one. Oh, that's a giant. That's a giant. Oh, come up here. Whoo, son, he smoked that thing. Ow. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's a fat one. It's a 4-pounder. All day, that's a 4-pounder. Seems like my batteries are dead on the scale, but that's definitely a 3 3/4, 4-pounder for sure, all day. That's a good one. There's one. It's coming up. Little tiny guy. Goes to show you these little fish will still eat big baits. I mean, look at the he's not much bigger than a crankbait. Little guy. Oh, giant. It wasn't that big. He felt like a big one. That's a solid one. 2.5 pounder. Can't tell how big this guy is. What is that? Oh, it's a striper. Big ass one too. I'd like my crankbait back. That's a pretty fat one. Kind of cool. He's got like blue tails. Oh God! I found a tree. Hey, there's a tree there. In case you were wondering. Hey, there's another tree right there. Oh, that feels like a decent one. Yeah, a little decent guy. He's real angry now. Wow, he's ultra angry. Come here. Little chubby guy. He smoked that drop shot. Oh boy, that was a big one. I hope you could see that.